So we're going to switch this up now. Thank you all for submitting your questions over here on Slido. Denise, since we are ahead of schedule, we had 30 seconds slated for this. Why don't we bump that up to 60 seconds? I'm going to get right over here and you can see top questions. As you can see, will you protect single family zoning under your administration? We have 10 votes up on this one. Any candidate can jump in with this question. It looks like Ms. Moore is jumping on it.
Yes, I'm going to jump on.
If it's not, how about this one?
I'm going to jump on this one just as I jumped on it when I was first asked before we had legislation that's currently before council. And I said that I oppose the blanket elimination of single family zoning across the city, as well as I'm not supportive of the CDP and the zoning amendments that are before us. You probably heard me say that I was an MPU chair and a neighborhood president. One thing over many years we have done is work to protect the character of our single family neighborhoods, and I will continue to support that. We can get density in this city without destroying the character of our neighborhoods. We can do it along our major corridors, on vacant city property, and on AHA property. There are other ways that we can get density without destroying our neighborhood character. I was the first to speak out against it, and I am opposed to any change to our single family zoning designation. Thank you.
Mr. Reed.
During the very first debate when this process started, I said that I was opposed to any change to R1 zoning, and I stand by that position. So you will not have to worry about that at all. I think that we have ample space and ample opportunities for density, certainly around our MARTA stations and certainly around properties that are already owned by the city. We should use those first before contemplating any changes.
Ms. King.
Yes, I'm against the single family zoning unless a neighborhood planning unit is advocating for it. And there are some neighborhood planning units that are for it. Buckhead, I know as serving on our neighborhood planning unit B that we are not for that. So I will not support it citywide.
Ms. Gay.
As a zoning lawyer, it warms my heart that the broad public is now talking about things like CDP changes. I never thought we'd have such a wide conversation about it, which is sort of exciting. You know, we live in a city of neighborhoods. That's part of what makes Atlanta interesting and special and unique. We also have a neighborhood planning process, and we make decisions about zoning and land use in collaboration with neighborhoods, not to neighborhoods. So I've been involved in affordable housing issues for years. I know we need more places for people to live, but we don't need to alter the character of our single family neighborhoods to do that. We've got plenty of room and vacant land on our corridors, on our major thoroughfares. Atlanta Housing Authority needs to get back in the business of building housing, but we have plenty of places for people who live here now and for the people who are coming to live without making broad wholesale top-down changes in single family zoning. I don't support what's being proposed now, and I don't support going about our decision-making that way.
The answer. Just gave me a new mic and this was not working. It's working now? Okay. Y'all hear me? Okay. Will you protect single family zoning under your administration? Yes, I will. You know, this is important because across the city, it's not just a Buckhead issue. I live in Collier Heights and in Southwest Atlanta, Northwest Atlanta, we also want to protect single family zoning. I think this is important for us to also have shared communication about things that we're all concerned about. MPUs should be able to have input about what happens in their community. Yes, Atlanta needs to densify certain areas. This is why we have to build on 800 acres of Atlanta Housing Authority land that hasn't been built on in 12 years. This is why we have to build around our MARTA stations. Density has a place in the city of Atlanta so we can have more affordability and more opportunities for people to live, but we don't want to disturb the character of our communities, like I said, in Buckhead, as well as in Southwest Atlanta and other areas that want to make sure they preserve the single family zoning. I also think that we should have a dialogue about this across the city. Where do we put accessory dwelling units, triplexes, duplexes, et cetera? Great, thank you.